Hey guys, welcome to the Red Vault again. Today we have a rare B series from Korea. It's 2006 Kerry King Signature Speed V. Today I'm very excited because I'm gonna review my childhood dream guitar. You know, I have the Chinese entry-level version of this guitar since 2010. It was my second guitar. This was the actual signature which was made in Korea. And a dear friend of mine just purchased this guitar from Germany. He went from Turkey to Germany just to purchase this guitar. And he lent it to me to make this video. And today we will give it a go with my Marshall JVM head and my Mesa Standard Rectifier cabinet. We will compare this guitar with the entry-level version of it, and there may be huge differences obviously, but it's for another video. And now let's start investigate this one. So we have an absolute beast with 3 pieces Canadian maple. The wood of this guitar is really interesting. It's a neck-through guitar, and we have a whole blank, maple blank, Canadian maple blank, goes from the body to the tip of the neck with 2 additional Canadian maple pieces as wings. So we have a whole maple guitar with ebony fretboard. There are no binding on the guitar. We have a Kahler bridge, and I really love the Kahler. Also we have EMG 81 and 85 as pickups with a booster switch. We have a single volume and a single tone knob with 3-way toggle switch. Besides that, we have a cool graphic on the headstock too with magnificent mother of pearl inlays. Also, I'm not happy with the 24.75 inch scales, and this guitar scale is neck scale is 24.625, so it's a little bit even shorter than the 24.75, and I'm a 25.5 and above guy, but I feel really comfortable with the neck of this guitar. It might be psychological because it's a better representation of my first V guitar. I might feel happy and comfortable because of the sentimental issues. So let's talk about our signal chain. Obviously we have the B series which goes to my Maxon OD808, but at first I'm gonna keep it inactive. I'm keeping this thing on the signal chain just for a caution, because we already have EMG 81 and 85, and it can provide enough gain for the Slayer sound, for the Kerry King sound. But if it needed, I'm gonna open up the Maxon OD, so we will find it on the way. Which also, this thing goes to my Marshall JVM410, and I'm gonna play on the crunch channel of this amplifier because Kerry King use JCM's 800s. You know, there may some mods, but simply he used JCM 800 and I have a JVM 410. But the crunch channel of this amplifier kinda sounds like a JCM 800 with proper equalization and resonance and presence adjustments. So we will play the crunch section, crunch channel with orange and red. And this amplifier goes to my Mesa Rectifier cabinet. I think you are pretty familiar with this one, which is loaded with UK Celestion V30s. And I have a simple Shure SM57, which directly goes to my audio interface. Now let's start. So let's talk about the guitar as a first impression and then play again to observe the whole spectrum of it. You know, my friend dropped this guitar a few hours ago and I start shooting. So I'm playing this guitar right now as my first ride. And it's flawless. The neck is amazing. You know, there are no binding, but it feels so smooth. The fretwork is amazing. The edges of the frets are totally handled good. Also, I really like the Kehler. I'm familiar with the Kehler and it's my first choice, no matter how Floyd Rose is the market dominator. Besides that, I'm not happy with the sound of EMG 81, but this combination just works if I'm seeking for the Slayer type of sound. You know, I wouldn't use this thing or this rig for my personal recordings, for my personal projects, but if I just want to play Slayer, this is the best I can do. Now let's talk about the body shape and design of this guitar. Let's talk about the headstock. I'm a 6-in-line guy and I don't like the 3-to-3 type of configuration when it comes to the tuners, but I really like the devilish, satanic kind of headstock design, so this thing is totally acceptable. Besides that, let's talk about the body. It's quite bigger than a Jackson King V and it's quite smaller than a ESP Standard V, so I'm really happy with the size of this thing. You know, the King V's looks kind of smaller on my hands. I'm a 2-meter guy, so it's nice, it's good, and I really like the tribal finish. It's kind of childish, it's kind of teenager type of stuff, but I really like the attitude of it. Now let's play this thing with different amplification settings. Let's open up the Maxon OD808. I can play this thing till the morning. It's magnificent. Now let's check the OD1 section of the amplifier with this guitar and let's close the Maxon first. It's not harsh enough. Let's open up the OD. It doesn't sound bad, but it's not sounds like Slayer. So let's switch to the OD2. On the OD1 and OD2 channels of the amplifier, the guitar doesn't sound like Slayer. You know, it's not bad, but it's not Slayer. But on the crunch channel of the amplifier, with the push of Maxon especially, and the red version of red section, red side of the crunch mode, crunch channel, it's Slayer. And I really like the sound of it. It's spectacular, it's breathtaking. And now let's try to get a clean sound, but we won't try to get a nothing else matters type of clean sound. Obviously we will seek for a sound like the intro of Dead Skin Mask or the tracks like this. To achieve this, let's go to the green section of the crunch. You know, I'm assuming the crunch mode as a JCM 800. Because of it, I'm dialing up the crunch section, crunch channel of the amplifier still. Now let's return to the EMG 85. Let's close the OD808. It's really sinister, and let's decrease the gain. I'm not touching to the EQ. Let's play with the EQ a little bit. You know, there are lots of bass. I scoop the mids and I open up the treble and the bass is at. So this was BC Rich Kerry King Speed V from 2008 from Korea. You know, this thing is breathtaking and has lots of cool features. And as far as I remember, Kerry King himself has lots of custom shop US made BC Richs, but on the stage when it comes to the playing an import guitar, it was his first pick. And I totally get it. It's amazing. And if you are into Slayer, you should try these if you could find the chance, and I'm really happy to find that chance. I'm really happy to put my hands on this thing even just for a few hours, and in the next video we will compare this thing with my Chinese BC Rich Kerry King V, and we will try to observe the differences on the craftsmanship, on the hardware and on the sound with this similar rig. If you don't want to miss it out, please don't forget to subscribe this channel, and if you enjoy the content, please don't forget to subscribe the channel. Also, your suggestions and opinions are really important, so please don't forget to leave those on the comments. Till the next video, see ya.